So it is Sunday, the 4th of June, 2017. I'm in front of the Unitarian Church of Montreal. It is Flower Communion Sunday, and a certain number of people have come out of the church with flowers. And you know what better day to celebrate the 5th anniversary of the Unitarian Universalist Association's Canadian attorney, Stikeman Elliott, barristers and solicitors litigation lawyer, Maitre Marc-Andre Coulombe, hitting me with a flower by falsely accusing me of blasphemous libel for allegedly making unfounded and vicious allegations to the effect that ministers of the Unitarian Universalist Association engage in such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape. I use the term hit me with a flower because I already put up a blog post years ago that actually had that title. It essentially said, Maitre Marc-Andre Coulombe is so vicious, he hit me with a flower. And it references a Lou Reed song, Vicious. In fact, I linked to a video of that Lou Reed song, basically just mocking Maitre Marc-Andre Coulombe for having me served with a very arrogant and aggressive cease and desist demand letter, which nonetheless is completely worthless and useless because it's full of bullshit. I mean, it's totally, untrue what he said in it, or certainly mostly untrue. We can quibble over one or two things, but for the most part, it's just complete and utter bullshit. Basically a completely useless swat at me with a flower. So anyhow, people are exiting the Unitarian Church of Montreal, some of them with flowers, and we won't stay too much longer, but I did decide somewhat impromptu to stick around longer. I actually hadn't intended to stay longer today. I was going to go do some other things, but all things considered, I decided that it would be worthwhile to protest as people are exiting, and so far it has indeed proven to be quite worthwhile in terms of the interactions I've had. I haven't had the particular interaction that I had in mind. Hasn't happened yet. It may not happen. But I've already had 2 or 3 other interactions. Another one that I anticipated, which did in fact happen. A guy who had very foolishly interfered with my protest at the very beginning of it by removing my picket signs that face the west. I thought he might be stealing them, but he turned out he was just moving them so they couldn't be seen. But nonetheless, that's interference in my protest. It's hiding the truth from people, because the picket signs do contain and display very truthful information that I want the public to be aware of. So when he, takes them without my permission and moves them to a location where they're less visible, he is hiding the truth, at least partially. And so he came out. He had to leave at some point. So I just reminded him of the inappropriateness of what he did. I hope I have it on video. It looks like the camera shut off again unexpectedly, so I may not have the whole interaction with him, but I think I have a good chunk of it. But I did notice, when I sort of completed my little monologue and looked at the screen, that it was black and it wasn't recording, so I don't know when it stopped recording. So we'll see how much of it we got. But one of the reasons I stuck around, not the only one, was to be able to remind this guy that he's not part of the solution. He's definitely part of the problem when he tries to conceal the truth. And the same, of course, can be said for David Rollert. And yes, I do seem to recall having David Rollert walk by on his way out too. So it was worthwhile sticking around for him to walk out. So yeah, we've done quite well in terms of the interactions that I was anticipating. But there is one in particular that I thought could happen that hasn't happened so far, and I'm expecting probably won't happen now. We'll see though. We'll see. Keep everyone in suspense here for a while. But you know, there's one particular thing that could happen. I don't think it's going to, but just waiting a little bit longer to see if somebody does what I anticipate could potentially happen today. Anyhow, oh, looks like the sensor's overheating, which might explain why the camera cut out earlier unexpectedly. So I think we're done. I don't want to continue on too much longer anyway. So with an overheating sensor and very low possibility of that other thing happening, I think we're just gonna call it a day and go have some lunch and maybe upload some video to YouTube. So that is that for today. Da, 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 da. Right, see Harvey Shepherd coming this way, former Gazette religion columnist, so might have a little word with him as he goes by. So Harvey, it's a special day today. I'm celebrating 5 years of being accused of blasphemy by atheist Unitarians in the 21st century. Truly a unique honor and privilege.
How time flies, yeah.
Yeah. 5 years accusing me of blasphemy. It's hilarious. Yeah. It's hilarious.
You get a little note from the court or something to tell every once in a while to tell you how it's coming along, or?
It's not coming along at all. I told the lawyer to fuck off.
Uh-huh.
I told him he was full of shit.
Yeah.
Never heard from him again.
Okay.
But I told the UA you're going to retract that formally. Uh-huh. You're going to formally withdraw that and you're going to apologize, or you're going to tell the truth about the pedophiles and rape, and they haven't done it. So here we are. I'm still accused. Not charged, but accused. They don't withdraw the accusation, they're still accusing me. Okay. Get the principle there, Harvey? Yeah. So there's Harvey. Totally oblivious, like he thinks this is actually going to court. It's not going to court because it's total bullshit. The Unitarian Universalist Association tried to have me charged with blasphemous libel for allegedly making unfounded and vicious allegations to the effect that ministers of the association engaged in such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape. They would be committing a crime, because it is a crime to make a false report to the police. It comes under public mischief. So, you know, basically it is literally impossible for the Unitarian Universalist to move forward with its false blasphemous libel accusation, because it is so false. It's based on a completely false pretext that my accusations and allegations about such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape committed by certain Unitarian Universalist ministers are unfounded, when they absolutely are not unfounded. So yeah, just an incredibly stupid, indeed bat-shit crazy thing for the Unitarian Universalist Association to do 5 years ago now. And it's also incredibly stupid and, quite frankly, bat-shit crazy for the Unitarian Universalist Association to obstinately refuse to comply with my perfectly reasonable demand that they must formally withdraw that false accusation, because they did in fact make an accusation. I was not charged, and I basically cannot be charged unless there's some serious miscarriage of justice, but they did accuse me of that crime in a demand letter, and until they formally withdraw that accusation, I will be governing myself accordingly to the principle that they're still accusing me, that they're standing by that accusation, because they have not removed it. And they do need to apologize very publicly And they do need to tell the truth about just how many Unitarian Universalist ministers have engaged in such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape. And while they're at it, they can also disclose just how many Unitarian Universalist Sunday school teachers have engaged in such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape. Because there are a certain number more than the ones I blogged about. And that's it for Sunday, June 4th of 2017, wrapping up my Sunday protest celebrating 5 full years of being false accused of blasphemous libel by the Unitarian Universalist Association. What a truly unique honor and privilege it is to stand accused of blasphemy in 21st century Canada by essentially batshit crazy atheist Unitarians.